This video is for all of my active duty military, whether you're a spouse, a service member yourself, or a family member of the service member. Let's talk about the current government shutdown. So everybody's freaking out about the government shutdown, which is now in week 2. But what actually happens, let's talk. Here's the deal. The last real government shutdown was also under Trump, the big one under the first Trump administration. It was the longest in history, going over a month, 35 days. Trump wanted funding for his border wall in Mexico. Both parties held out. Eventually, Trump folded. They passed a spending bill with no funding for his wall, the wall that Mexico was supposed to pay for. It didn't actually stop military pay. Why? Because Congress passed a special bill that kept active duty service members funded. That means your paycheck still hit, your BAH still hit. And yes, your rent allotment for base housing still came out like clockwork. No breaks, no free rent month. Now, if Congress ever didn't pass that bill, totally different story. Paychecks wouldn't process, which means BAH wouldn't process, which means the housing company couldn't pull your rent until back paid showed up. But historically, nobody wants the headlines to be troops not getting paid. So they always make sure military pay keeps flowing, even while civilians get furloughed. So bottom line, during the last shutdown, military families on base didn't feel a hiccup. Rent came out like usual. Bills stayed on autopilot. Shutdown stress? Yes. Missed rent? No. This time, your service member did not get their pay on the first of the month. We'll see what happens. And as bad as the optics and the headlines are for TSA members not getting paid, federal employees like the IRS or, the USDA or the VA or whatever, nothing quite hits the headlines. Your own country's defense not getting paid. Each day, resentment builds. Any country of power is only as strong as its weakest link in its military. The United States is the powerhouse that it is because of its military. It is why so much money goes into funding its military. And it is why the United States remains the undisputed superpower. But at home, there is a lot of chaos going in, which also opens a vacuum for the next superpower. The country with the second biggest economy, the second biggest military budget, and the second biggest military is China. It is no secret that China and the United States is in a race to be the ultimate superpower. They are also the only country that could rival the United States in spending power, in economical power, and most importantly, in military power.